Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome. Just gonna wait about 5 minutes until all of you guys go ahead and get in here. Hey, how's it going, CH2S? Today we're going to be doing a live stream going over different questions. What's up? Taufik Medad, hello, welcome. Go ahead and put a 1 in the chat if you guys can hear me. What's up, Karim, Samir? Hey, what's up, guys? So today we're going to be doing a little live stream here, answering different questions about Shopify dropshipping and how to get started. Okay, so that's what we're going to be going through today and answering just different things you guys may be having problems with. I know a lot of you guys DM me, you send me messages, comments, and all that kind of stuff on different problems you may be having with your store. I'm good as well. Tafik, I think that's how you say that. Advice for niches. Okay, so what's up, Florin, Jugan? I may be butchering all of you guys' names. I'm sorry, but excuse me for that if I'm messing up your names. But hey, what's up, Garin? So advice for niches. All right, that's the first question we have for today's live stream. So the thing with niches, let's go ahead and put niche here at the top here on the whiteboard. If we need any questions to be drawn out, that's what I'm going to be doing here with this whiteboard. So we're going to be talking about niches first, since that is the first question that has come in. So with niches, the thing that you need to be doing is pick something that you're passionate about, okay? Something that you like, right? You have a smiley face, you like something. This is something that's very easy for you to talk about, right? Different products that you can pick. So if you're passionate about it, right, you already know something, okay? That's good. You want to pick something you already know a thing or two about, because then it allows you to really have success and know what you're doing with what type of customers may be interested in your products, okay? So that's the first thing you really need to understand about niches. So the next question here is, hi, what do you think about Facebook breakdown? So I had a different video on my channel before going over different Facebook stuff like that. And with Facebook, what I would recommend actually is you start with Instagram influencers first, because it's going to allow you to get at least some sales built up in your store, and it's a lot easier to get started with Instagram influencers first. Set up shipping section. That's the next question here. So the setting up the shipping section is actually a really, really great question. I know a lot of people have that problem here on their store, is setting up shipping. So what you want to do for shipping is make sure that you go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and type here. You want to say that it is insured shipping, okay, when you are setting it up, because if it's insured shipping, that means people will trust it as well. I typically do free, so you could even go ahead and do free insured shipping. I don't really like doing free plus shipping. I like to give free shipping for people because free shipping allows people, it's like Amazon, okay? So they see products come in and they're like, oh, well, I don't want to have to pay shipping. So I always do free shipping. I include the shipping cost into the price of my products, right? So if I'm selling a product for $20, I'll keep in mind, like, okay, it's going to cost me like $3 for the product. And then if I sell a product for, or if I buy it, for $3, I put the shipping included with that cost. Say the shipping for e-packet is maybe $2, then it's going to cost me about $5 there, and I'll think about that for when I am selling it for like $20 or maybe even just $19.95. Okay, so that's how you want to do your shipping, and free insured shipping. You could also say USPS at the front of that as well if you want to. Lots of different things that you can do there with that. So moving into the next question here, I'm just going to go ahead and erase some of this. So Next question here is phone case niches. Okay, so phone cases are great because with phone cases, you could pretty much find phone cases for basically any niche. Okay, so say for example, someone wants to buy something around, I don't know, any kind of dog, right? A German Shepherd, right? They have an iPhone. You can target people, at least on Facebook ads, if you're going to be going that route. You could target people. This is my iPhone drawing. Excuse me if this is terrible, but if you wanted to be, doing dog niche, okay, that's just an example. You could sell phone cases for that niche, okay. You could sell it for the niche, and I would go into specific dog breeds versus just any random dog as well. I would do like a specific dog breed, not just any dog, because people are more passionate about their specific breed. Okay, someone who likes German Shepherds might not really give a crap about French Bulldogs. Okay, so that's what you need to keep in mind. Phone cases aren't really a niche by themselves. Phone cases are more so an accessory product that you can sell to people. Okay. So that's the best thing there with phone cases. Moving into the next question here, struggling with Facebook ad conversions. Yeah, Facebook ads, you need to make sure that you have enough data on your pixel, your Facebook pixel. I'll go ahead and write that out there. So Facebook pixel. I have a video going over how to install that on your Shopify store. You want to make sure you have your pixel set up on there because that is going to allow your conversion ads to build up data. You want to get data first before you try and really run conversion ads, or otherwise they're not going to really optimize very well. And you want to start slowly with maybe view content first and then work your way up to conversions over time. Because if you start with purchase first, it's going to be very hard for Facebook to really gather any kind of data. So next one here is picking influencers. So picking influencers, I would definitely recommend that you go around and find pages that are popular, okay, within your niche. Obviously, make sure that they're not faking their followers. That's something to look out for. I have a lot of videos actually on the channel, Veronica, going over different things that you may be having problems with finding different influencers. I have a lot of videos on that on the channel because influencers, it's a large game. There's a lot of different types of influencers, lots of things to look into. I'm not going to be going in depth really right now over all the different things you could do with influencers and picking them, but in a general sense, for basics for picking influencers, you want to make sure, like I said, they have actual followers. That's important. Okay, going into the next question here. Why is everyone talking about Shopify, not WooCommerce? Because WordPress has many plugins. So Azir, the reason why everyone talks about Shopify is just because it's so easy. I have a lot of experience with Shopify personally. I know a lot of other people that have had good success with the way that Shopify works. Any kind of e-commerce platform you could probably use and you're going to have success with if you're marketing the right products on it. But Shopify is just really, really easy to get started with. That's why I recommend it. That's why a lot of people talk about it. And then moving into the next question here. WordPress has many plugins for free and no monthly fee. That is true, but WordPress is not exactly optimized as easily for creating an online store in comparison to Shopify. So Shopify is just a lot easier to get started with a store. So going to the next question. Hi, can you please explain how we retarget people email marketing when we have a general store? Okay, so email marketing, you're going to be collecting what I've used before in the past is MailChimp. Let me go ahead and type that out for you guys. Is MailChimp Tafik. So MailChimp allows you to send out different email blasts to people. You can copy your list and export it from your Shopify store into MailChimp and allow you to then market people different, whether it's content, because you could market people content over emails, which is what I would recommend you do. Answer different common questions in your niche. So answer common questions. That's something else that you could do for MailChimp if you're going to be doing some sort of email marketing tactics, okay? That is how you remarket to them, is with any kind of email marketing platform. Just what I've used in the past is MailChimp. That works really well. It's also free. I like free. I'm sure lots of you guys do too. So moving into the next thing, what would you recommend, Instagram shoutouts or Facebook ads? Definitely Instagram shoutouts. because Instagram shoutouts, at least in the beginning, are going to be easier for a lot of people to get down. Facebook ads are a little bit more difficult to get started with. Hello. So that was the question for Florin. And Ils Bele. Sorry, I'm butchering everyone's names. Hello, I'm from Colombia, and the taxes are too high, and it's mandatory to register my Shopify store like a company. What should I do? Okay, so for that, I personally don't have a lot of experience with that problem because I'm in the United States, and a lot of other people I've worked with, a lot of them obviously are outside the United States as well. I don't really know the rules and regulations there, but for people outside of the United States or other countries that maybe don't have these same kind of issues, but my best advice, I guess, register it first as a company, then as an LLC, if that's what they're requiring you to do to not have high taxes. I'm really not too sure on that question. Sorry about that one. Moving to the next one, Marco. So is it better to get started with general or niche store in the beginning? So that all depends on what you're trying to do. Okay, if you're trying to sell, let me go ahead and write this out. All right, let me just type it. If you're trying to sell trendy products, right? Trendy products through Pexta, which is a tool that allows you to find those trendy products, right? If you're trying to do that, general store is probably the best for you then, because general stores allow you to just pump a bunch of products in there. You can test stuff very easily, especially when you do your shout out. You can lead them directly to that one product page and really have it convert on that specific trendy product. But it can vary and change from time to time depending on what's hot at the moment. Niche store is going to give you a lot more longevity, which is what I recommend if you guys are really trying to make money long term instead of just upfront quick hot product, because that's what I did in the beginning. I started with a hot product and stuff like that, and it's just like you can get some sales for a little bit, but it's not as sustainable as really building a brand. So if you want to build a brand and build a more long-term thing, that is, what you have to do is build a niche store. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. Okay, Marco. Moving next into Florin. By the way, I'm watching you from the beginning. Respect for what you're doing. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate the love. Paige, Michael, Azir, really. Okay, moving into the next question. Can you do private coaching? So, Annalise, I do not actually offer private coaching. I do actually have a course if you guys are interested in that. Answering this question here, what course should I buy? I have a course that I made. It's really, really, can take you step by step exactly how to get started with all of this kind of stuff in Shopify Dropshipping. I have that linked in the description here below if you guys are interested in checking that out. Okay, moving into the next question here, how to set up shipping section. I already went over that shipping section. Moving next as well, this whole live stream will be uploaded to the channel, so you guys can have access to go back if you missed a question or something like that, or maybe I went too fast through something, you can go back and rewatch it later. Moving to the next one, Siraj Menon. Okay, how to set up payment through PayPal so your account does not get blocked due to inflow of cash. Can't use Stripe in India. So, there are a lot of different payment providers in other countries. You just have to look at the list. Shopify actually has a list of payment providers. Shopify list of payment providers. So, for outside of the US or for just countries that aren't accepted by the typical Shopify payments, I definitely recommend you guys use PayPal. PayPal is definitely going to probably be the easiest one because PayPal is just very accessible for a lot of people. They don't really have any regulations and restrictions. So that's what I would definitely recommend to set up is PayPal. Don't get blocked due to inflow of cash. Yeah, if you set it up as a business account, you shouldn't get blocked due to inflow of cash. That can be an issue for a lot of people. Can't use Stripe in India. Yeah, look at the list of payment providers. There are a lot of other ones other than just Shopify payments that you could utilize, like 2Checkout. I know I had a video on 2Checkout. There's a bunch of others though. That's just one of them. Like there's a ton of different ones that you guys can utilize. Okay, so moving along now into the next question here. I'm using Shoutcart website. I had not actually heard of Shoutcart Florum. I'll go ahead and look into that. Moving into the next one here. Been here for 30 seconds. Oh, thank you, Owen. You know, trying to help you guys out. Okay. Siraj, what countries don't want to ship to? Okay, so that's actually a really, really great question on shipping to certain countries. I actually offer. So what I do, can't spell countries. Need to go to spelling school. You know. Okay, so shipping to certain countries. Okay, so what I do on my stores is I actually accept all countries. Okay, I accept all of them, because if a problem arises right in the checkout section, I can just if someone like buys from my store but I can't actually ship to them, because AliExpress is a global brand. Okay, AliExpress, when you're buying your products, you can pretty much ship to like any country from there. I remember I had people from Argentina, I had people from Colombia, from Zimbabwe, from Hong Kong, even, tons and tons of different places. Okay, so just allow all people to check out on your website and then decide after, because if there's ever a problem, you can just give them an easy refund. You can give them a refund if you can't ship to them. So don't block anyone from checking out. Just accept everybody, and then if you can't actually ship it to them, then you could just give them a refund and say, oh, hey, sorry, we don't actually ship to your country. That's probably the best way to do it, because then you're not losing out on any potential money, and you guys obviously want to avoid that. So moving along to the next one here, what do you think about free plus shipping? CH2S. I really don't like free plus shipping. It was really, really popular back in, I'd say, about 2015 is when I first heard, like, Shopify okay. Sorry about that. Shopify free plus shipping was really popular back then, but it's not so much now. You could still do free plus shipping offers. I know that actually, funny enough, Grant Cardone actually does a free plus shipping offer on his website for his Millionaire Playbook, and that's a free plus shipping offer. He sells the book. Okay, it's still e-commerce. He actually runs a Shopify store. It's just a little bit different from drop shipping, of course, but he actually does a free plus shipping offer for that product. So it definitely still works. You could do free plus shipping, but it just sometimes comes off a little bit cheap, and a lot of people do it wrong. So you have to do it in a tasteful way. It's a very fragile line there, okay? Moving to the next one here. What do you think, Leon? What do you think about the dog accessories niche? I love the dog accessories niche. It's probably one of the best ones, personally. Dog accessories niche. Definitely like that. Lots of different things that you can sell. And what I would recommend, actually, if you are doing the dog accessories niche, Leon, is target a specific dog breed. So go more specific on a specific dog breed. Okay? And cater your product images around that dog breed. So if you actually have a German Shepherd, don't just make your store just dog accessories in general. Go more specific. If you have a German Shepherd you can take product pictures with, ship some of your products to your house, take those pictures there with that dog wearing it for all the different accessories, because obviously, you might have some like German Shepherd t-shirts, or German Shepherd jewelry, or German Shepherd phone cases, stuff like that, right? If you take pictures of like the harness, just a general harness with the actual dog breed that the store's focused around, that could get you better conversions. So going as specific as possible. Really, really like the dog accessories niche. That's definitely a good one, because you could go really, really specific with that. So moving along now into the next one. Hi, thank you for this video. Question: I have about 10 visitors per day, but I need to increase the number of visitors, convert them to buyers. I use MailChimp and have run ads with no success. So you're definitely getting visitors. Sometimes you to at least convert them, you have to make sure that your product pages are really, really well set up. Your colors, everything needs to be congruent and look right. There's a lot of different testing you have to do. It may be your product that's not really too great. Lots and lots of different types of things that you can do. World's Traveler's Paradise. I like the name there. It's pretty cool. lots of different things you can test. You know, I don't really know your store and stuff like that, so it's hard to really make a judgment here based off of your question, but just keep testing different stuff. You know, making sure that your product pages look good, it's high converting, all the kind of stuff I go over on the channel with making certain colors, certain stuff like that, making just generally good designs, okay? Lots of different things you guys can do there. Let me go ahead and erase that. So moving into the next one here. How hard is it to make 20K a month in the phone cases niche? Very, very possible. Annalise Bolaño. I know a little bit of Spanish. But, you know, English is my primary one. So how hard is it to make 20K a month? It's very possible in the phone cases niche, although I would say go more specific. Instead of just phone cases in general, go, like I said, pick a niche like, I don't know, powerlifting or maybe bodybuilding. Those are probably not great examples for that one. Maybe okay, let's just keep using the German Shepherd example. Do phone cases that are for German Shepherds instead of just phone cases, because the problem with phone cases is they're very generic, okay? They're generic, so you want to avoid generic things, okay? That's the problem, like I have here with this phone. Most phone case niche stores are just too generic. You got to go more specific than just phone cases in general. So moving down along the line, how do you handle PayPal holding money problem? Azir. So PayPal holding money, I know that's a common issue for a lot of people. I actually had Shopify payments holding my money at one point. You know, you just have to contact them directly, ask them, maybe give them a phone call. They have support phone numbers that you could call them on your phone and try and talk to a representative and get things straightened out a little bit with, you know, getting your money sooner. That's probably the best recommendation I have for you with PayPal money being held, or even Shopify payments money being held as well. You want to obviously get your money, so you don't want that being held up for too long. But just contact them directly, and they should be able to hopefully straighten out your problems. All right, so moving along here from Azir Gurin. My store name is Simple Teddy. Is it niche or general? Is it under it depends on what you're doing. I mean, the store name, if we go more specific on just store names, Simple Teddy, that's that's a more general name. It depends on what your kind of products you're trying to sell. Moving along here, should I just break even to get a lookalike audience? Owen, that's actually a really, really great question here. Should I break even to get a lookalike audience? You can break even sorry, I got another couple of things in here. Let me scroll back up. Should I break even just to get a lookalike audience? Right. So, lookalike audiences, okay? That's what I've talked about a lot on the channel. I think in yesterday's video, I actually talked about lookalike audiences. You can break even, but you should be able to generate a profit on Instagram from your product sales that you're converting people on. You should be able to generate a profit, because if you're not generating a profit on those, it might not be the best product. So you might want to do some more product testing before you move forward and try and switch that into Facebook, okay? So breaking even is still good to get followers and stuff like that. It kind of just still depends on what you're trying to do. But, you know, you could. It just depends on what you're trying to do. Although I would recommend trying to build a profit first with your products that you are launching on Instagram influencers. Next one, how to input payment gateways logo on Shopify Gurin. So payment gateways, the logo is it'll already the thing is with Shopify payments or any kind of payment gateway, those logos on the bottom, there's just a little check mark that you have to check to get those to pop up on the bottom in your theme editor. So you just have to check that button and it'll pop up like at the bottom of your website at the bottom, okay? If that's what you're trying to ask. I'm not exactly sure what you're asking here, but if that's what you're wondering, you just have to edit it in your theme settings. All right, so moving along, do you think Amazon is a good idea to start a business? Yeah, Amazon's great. You can actually sell and drop ship through Amazon with your Shopify store to add another sales channel. I don't know if I've made a video specifically on sales channels on the YouTube channel, but sales channels are really, really great because they allow you to get more sales through more channels, more methods, okay? So a couple of examples of sales channels could be like Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, could be even eBay. I know there's a lot of different sales channels you can connect with Shopify to set up your business and stuff like that. You could even do, I remember Pinterest. I've only had like one sale through Pinterest though. I don't really have a whole lot of experience with Pinterest, but you know, people have success with that. People have success with selling through Amazon as well. You could build out a lot of products. The thing with Amazon though that I would recommend you to look into is that they take a fee. So Amazon takes a fee for selling. So that's something that you have to keep in mind if you're starting out an Amazon-based Shopify store or selling products through Amazon, is that is kind of a problem for some people. Is like you're going to make more if you're trying to really build out a Shopify store brand, e-commerce brand. You want to drive traffic to your own store, to your own Shopify store, because if you're driving all the traffic to Amazon, those customers are not your customers. Those are Amazon's customers, and they're in the Amazon ecosystem, not yours. So that's why you want to get your customers to your Shopify store and not Amazon directly. Amazon's a great extra sales channel, right? But it's not exactly the be-all, end-all for selling products. You can make money through it as a sales channel, but you want to ultimately drive traffic to your Shopify store because those are your customers, not Amazon's. So moving along here, another question, Melissa. So that was Victory's question. Moving along here into Melissa's question. I understand that Oberlo helps you utilize AliExpress, but can I use another dropshipping store to my Shopify account? So to add another Shopify store, okay, so this is actually kind of tricky. I've actually managed to do this. It's a little bit weird to set up at first, but you have to sign in like 100% into your store that like for that moment. Okay, so you can't really have them open on two tabs. You have to have the one store signed in 100% on your store, and then you go and open the Oberlo app. You can do this. Like, you can do this with two different stores and have, you know, different AliExpresses, or you can have the same AliExpress account, two different Oberlos for two different stores. So Melissa, the thing you have to do, sign 100% into your first store and then open Oberlo. Like, keep everything else closed. Open Oberlo, and then you can get to it, and then from there, you could sign in, and then everything will be saved in the one place. And then if you want to go to your second store, then you have to close everything else, and sign into that second store. So you can't leave two tabs open with both stores, because when you try to refresh it, it'll mess up. So I hope that's clear. It's kind of tricky, but only sign into one store at a time, if that helps. You can't really sign into both with both Oberlos open. It just doesn't work with the way that their software works right now. Are you planning on creating any store for Christmas or Halloween? And no, honestly, I'm not. Endlease or alternative free plus shipping. Yeah, the alternative to free plus shipping is just doing regular products and doing free shipping or charge shipping. It just depends what you're trying to do. Jamarcus, what's a good product description that would convert well? I have a few different videos on this on the channel. I'm probably going to make a more updated one soon on creating a product description. But when you're creating a product description, Jamarcus, you want to make sure you have, you know, your product front and center with a good picture. You know, you have your like checkout button over here. You have like the price, so say it's like $19.95. I'm just laying this out as evenly as I can here. You have your product price, your add to cart button. So you have add to cart there. And so then what we have here is the description, right? On the right of your product, or if this is on a phone, which is where most people are going to be doing it, it may be a little bit more streamlined here, but you want to make sure that you describe the product as well. You want to have like a good secure checkout badges here as well that you can get off of Google Images. That'll help build credibility. And then you could also even add like a video That's what I've done on some of my product descriptions. It definitely helps. Add like a little video content there to help teach them about the product if they aren't familiar with it. If this is the first time them going to your product, then, you know, they could have a video teaching them how to use it, especially in the health and beauty niche. That's very, very effective there. Definitely recommend you do that. I have a lot of different videos on the channel going over specifics more so on this, but take a look at those. I'll probably be making another one in the near future, but that's something to look at is videos. Plenty of text, little bullet points. Bullet points are also good for descriptions as well, because it's just very easy to identify things there as well with bullet points. So moving into the next question here. Tafuk, if you have a general store and you run Facebook ads, you got a visitor for your product, doesn't like it, buys another, retarget people. I'm not really sure what you're asking there. Sorry about that one. Joe says, I have a general store. How can I organize my pixel to show me only traffic, only certain products? So pixels, Joe says, Josesso. Once again, sorry guys if I'm butchering any names. I try my best. But if you have a general store, organizing your pixel to only show you traffic of certain products. Right, so with a pixel, let me go ahead and type that out here. With a pixel for Facebook, it can only give you your site's data. Okay? It doesn't give you specific, like, on one product. It gives you your site's conversions and stuff like that. You can create a custom audience on Facebook to target certain people that looked at a certain product. But in terms of looking at the overall pixel, it just gives you like add to cart conversions and stuff like that. It doesn't really organize it to a certain product, although you can select a certain URL. If you want to target people that went to a certain URL on your website, that's something that you can do. Facebook actually has little explanation pages on how to set that up. It's pretty straightforward if you go into your custom audiences section on Facebook under like pixels and stuff like that. So moving along, does the description have to be very long? I know it needs urgency and benefits. I just want to know how long it takes to make the description or what could convert. So in terms of this one here, Jamarcus, the description doesn't have to be massively long. It depends on what kind of product you're selling. If it's a higher ticket item, stuff like that, you probably want to have a longer description. Generally on what converts, it just needs to have like a bright colors for the button here. Make sure you have nice pictures. If you can take your own pictures of the product, that can help as well. Moving along here, the Coyote. What's the best Facebook ad? How often? Do social proof first in cheap countries. Instagram. I would say Instagram story could work as well. If you're doing a Facebook ad, definitely do Facebook feeds. Scott, what do you think is the best way to generate free traffic? So the best way to generate free traffic, Scott, let me go ahead and erase this other stuff here. Like I said, if you guys do want to re-watch any of this stuff, it will be live on the channel as well after I'm finished. So you can go ahead and re-watch things if you want to get more clarification on something if you missed it. So Scott, what do you think the best way? So free traffic, guys. Free traffic, the best way to do that is through SEO. So that can be through blog posts, hashtags on Instagram. These are all different ways to kind of build free traffic in SEO. Content is really the key to all of the free content, or free traffic, sorry. Content is the best way to get free traffic, okay? That's definitely the number one way, really. You could also build out a YouTube channel for your store, you know, just provide advice and stuff like that. Maybe even just like almost like a lifestyle channel focused around your type of stuff like that. Just give value, okay? Give value to generate free traffic. That is how you get it. You're giving out free info. In exchange, you're getting free traffic. So you have to understand that. You're not going to get free traffic really any other way except for giving out value to people. And then in exchange for the value, they're coming to your website and checking out stuff, and they're reading your posts, maybe watching some of your videos, and then they may be interested in buying your product, stuff like that. Hope that helps, Scott. I actually have a video on the channel going more in depth on free traffic, but that's a pretty good basis there for free traffic. So moving along here. I think I need to get some more water. I'm like dying of thirst right now. So Annalise Bolaño, can I be your personal student directly? Can I work for you for free and at the same time learn from you? So if you want, just DM me on Instagram at if I could type this out. Okay, so at online money 24/7. Send me a DM there on Instagram for more about the personal student thing. I really don't do any kind of direct mentoring, stuff like that. The mentoring that I do is through the course, which is linked below if you guys are interested in learning more about the full Shopify course where I take you step by step, hold your hand through the whole process of really how to build a successful store. That's linked below if you're interested in that. But I really don't do much personal mentoring, stuff like that. But if you have any questions, Annalise, you could send me a DM and we could try and figure something out. But I'm not exactly sure what to say at this moment exactly right now. I have to think about it. World Traveler's Paradise, thank you for the help. Awesome, you're welcome. And then should you switch to a niche if you see no sales, and with Shopify, would you have to pay all over again, or can you just switch the names? So I believe that's actually a really good question. I never really had to change the name. I would probably just create a new store for if you're starting a new niche. I know you might have to see if you already paid for the month. You could just cancel it on that store and then go ahead and create a new store. You could change. See, that's the thing. I don't think you can really change the name unless you wanted to link a new domain to your store. That's something that you could do, World Traveler. But you'll probably just have to create a new Shopify store. I'm really not sure exactly how to answer that question. You might be able to migrate the name. What I would do for that type of situation, and I've done this in the past, Shopify actually has a really great support team. So you could just call them, and they could try and solve your problem there with switching the store name or something like that. If you ever have that issue, the Shopify support team probably will be able to help you out. So moving along now as well. Oh, and if you guys don't already have a store and you want to sign up, I have a 14-day free trial link down in the description box below. Definitely go ahead and check that out for 14 days free if you guys are starting a new store or something like that as well. That will be linked below along with the course linked as well. Moving along, Leon, how to get influencers to answer fast. So I actually have a video I just made on that, Leon. So just go check my old uploads, but it was on how to contact influencers. And what I talked about in that video was mostly just like make something very attention grabbing, like business in the headline there, to get answers. Now, and the thing is not every influencer is going to get back to you. So you're going to have to contact many influencers. That's what you're going to have to do. That's just the name of the game. I know Gary Vee has talked about that a lot. If you guys are following his content, I don't really watch too much of his content anymore. But you're going to have to hit up a lot of people. It's just part of the game, Leon. But definitely using a catchy headline. Watch my video on influencers. Hopefully that will help on trying to get answers from them. But this is probably the best advice I have is just doing, shooting the darts. Annalise, is having a Shopify store really being an entrepreneur? Yes, having a Shopify store is really being an entrepreneur. You're starting a business, okay? That's what a Shopify store is. GeoAd Gaming, with your adverts, are you advertising one item or a sale? Generally, with an advert, you want to advertise one specific item, okay? You want to drive traffic to your store for one item. People may come out and buy more, okay? They may buy more products, right? So you have a product here, product there. They might buy more. The thing is you want to focus on one, okay? You want to focus on one product, really making sure that product works, and then you can upsell them to another one, like over here, like product number 2, or you could even downsell them. So upsell is where you sell them to a more higher priced product. You could have different things on your website more optimized for that. But you could also downsell as well to a cheaper product. So maybe you're selling like a say for example, you're selling like some sort of face mask. Okay, that's just an example. You have a little tube here. You're selling a face mask, right? You could also sell an application brush that is cheaper. So say for example, you sell this is your main product, right? This tube here, you sell that for $19.95. That's your main product, right? Then you could also come over and then downsell them to this little stick, this brush, and sell that for maybe like $7.95, right? It's cheaper, but you're still increasing your average order value. Average order value, AOV, is the name of the game. Okay, you want to increase your average order value as much as you can. So that's what you could do here by cross-selling 2 different products on your store, but you want to drive traffic to your winning product. Okay, that's what you have to drive traffic to, but they might also buy other stuff on your store. That's just part of, people coming to your store being interested in products. But you want to have one key, like, winner, and then people might buy other stuff. Can you show us the name? Do you think about Importify? I would use Oberlo to import products. That's what I've always used. Oberlo has worked really, really well for me. It's very easy to use as well. I've always used Oberlo. I'm not super familiar with other ones, so that's the best I could have there. On a personal note, everyone here, if you're getting help, great advice. Give them a like. Thank you. Give me a like. Subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. Thank you so much, World Traveler's Paradise. Shady's back. Shady. How do you set internet? That name actually looks familiar. I remember watching a channel, Shady Penguin, for Pokemon stuff. If you guys are, if that's why you named yourself Shady's back Shady, but regardless, that's a side tangent there. How much do you set international shipping? So international shipping, because we are shipping from AliExpress, we pretty much have international shipping. Okay, so we don't really need to charge extra. So I actually still do free. So I do free international shipping. Because we're shipping from AliExpress. Obviously, if we were shipping from within the US or whatever country you're in, it might cost more. But because you're shipping from AliExpress for, your products, it's going to cost you the same no matter what no matter what you're doing. So, crap, I just erased all. Okay. Just with international shipping, just make it free. Because with AliExpress, it's not going to cost you really any more for international shipping. So just make it free. Hope that helps there. Facebook video or text image ads. I would say Facebook video. Okay, the world is dominated by video. So, right now you're watching a video live stream, me typing different stuff out, helping you guys out. The world is dominated by video. So understand that and you will master the game, okay? So if you could really create good video content for your Shopify store and stuff like that, maybe even find other video content on social media that you could copy or utilize, just make sure you don't infringe on copyright, but utilize video, okay? That's why Facebook moved away from text. Facebook mostly uses video. On their social media platform. Okay, the world is in video. So if you could do video, that's the best way to go. Hi, Courier Kasri. How's it going? Yoav, how many products should I have in my store? So how many products should you have in your store? It can vary. If you're just starting out, you could start with maybe like 5 products. If you're just starting out trying to test different stuff. But if you're building out like a full store, you're trying to get really like set, I would say anywhere from 15 to 30, and even more than that if you really want. But unless you have some sort of success and know what you're doing, start out with like 5 products. You don't need to be like importing entirety of AliExpress into your store when you're first getting started. I would say just start out lower amount of products. As you scale up, as you know more what you're doing with niches and stuff like that, then you can scale up to like 15 to 30 products, because that's going to help you do more of the cross-selling, upselling, downselling, which is what I was just talking about, answering another question. So, Ari, thank you very much. Also, what is the best social proof app? The best social proof app to use? I'm not exactly sure what you mean by that. I would probably say Instagram. For that, I think that's answering your question there. I would say Instagram is probably the best for social proof, doing customer testimonials, maybe even something like YouTube. I mean, but Instagram's probably the best bet for a lot of you guys with social proof, building out your followers as well. If you're doing, a base brand around Instagram. How do you deal with Supplier? So that was to answer Jamarcus's question there. Khalil, how do you deal with Supplier? So to deal with suppliers, the thing with AliExpress, you don't really have to talk to suppliers, which is what I like about AliExpress. If you are doing Alibaba or DHgate or any other kind of website, if you're going to be doing any of those, you have to work with suppliers. I personally don't have a lot of experience working with suppliers specifically other than just AliExpress. When I was first getting started, I tried to do like a fitness store with Alibaba, but you have to, the thing with Alibaba and other websites that you work with suppliers is you have to have like a minimum order of usually like 100 minimum. So, and if you don't really know if your product's going to work, you don't really have any market testing, you probably don't want to do that. You probably just want to go with AliExpress, because with AliExpress, I'll go ahead and retype that there. With AliExpress, okay, the thing there is that it's, this is all being all finicky. But with AliExpress, let me just draw it. AliExpress, you can order without any minimum. There's no minimum, okay? So you don't have to order 100 minimum to be able to get any product or to sell anything. You can just ship directly. That's why I recommend AliExpress and Oberlo for automation. Okay, because it makes it pretty simple to sell your products and stuff like that. It depends on what you're trying to do long term. If you want to build more of a brand, you could do AliExpress. Okay, moving along into Yoav. Oberlo just works for AliExpress. I believe it does just work for AliExpress, Oberlo. So wrapping up the live stream here, guys. Trying to answer these last couple questions, and then I gotta go. Definitely be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you found any value in this live stream, as well as check out the course if you guys haven't checked out the full Shopify dropshipping course, where I take you step by step exactly how to get results and really build out a full Shopify store and brand. Walking you through how to do that, as well as signing up for 14-day free trial for Shopify. If you guys don't actually have your stores yet, you can check out both of those in the description below for more help, and subscribe to the channel, look at other videos. But answering more along with these last couple of questions here, guys, before I have to go. Our Facebook ads take a really long time to get reviewed. Yeah, that can help. That can happen sometimes. I know for me, it took me like a couple days sometimes for some. Some should go up within like an hour, though. It just varies. Store name is at the top of the page. Okay, cool. So you can edit the store name, Jihad Gaming. Thank you for helping people out. George Money, to answer your second one here, my ads are usually in pending for like 45 minutes. Yeah, so it really varies from time to time, which kind of sucks with Facebook. It can drastically vary between the amount of time that it takes for ads to go up. It ranges, okay? Moving along here, Facebook ads or AdWords. I would say probably Facebook ads or AdWords. I mean, you could do both. Really, both are great. Thank you as well for thanking me for the info I'm giving. Thank you, Scott. Moving along, Yoav, is there any other suppliers where I can find products to sell? Like I said, DHgate, Alibaba, Jihad Gaming, thanks for the great help. You're welcome. Doesn't charge you up front. Yeah, Yoav, okay, you're welcome. Khalil, thank you. Guys, that is all for today's live stream. I hope you found this valuable. Like I said, this will be going up back onto the channel as well. If you are, watching this, and you just caught like the end of it, it will go up on the channel after, so you can go ahead and watch the whole rest of it. Like I said, check out the links in the description below as well. If you guys want to get a course, or if you guys want to sign up for your store, definitely recommend you check out the links in the description. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the dang channel. Leave a like, leave a comment down below if you have any further questions, comments, concerns. But anyway, guys, that's all for today's live stream. So I will see you in the next video. Peace out.